Hello. What up, what up?
Hey guys, welcome to Lunch with the Garzas today. Today's gonna be awesome. We're talking about network marketing, which is our most recent love.
Yes, this is how we are funding Lunch with the Garzas. This is how we retired ourselves before the age of 30. It's just been an amazing experience so far. So today, this is for the network marketers today. People who are interested in getting involved with network marketing. Hey, Jennifer Green, what is up? Yeah, we're basically just be giving out nuggets, be giving out some gold, because this is for anybody. You don't have to be in HempWorks with us. We just want everybody to succeed. So we're here to give out some free value. We're going to show you guys exactly how we built a team, how we started our journey in network marketing around November. Didn't start building until January, and we just clipped our milestone of $60,000 in earnings in less than a year. We are currently retired off of it. Residual income wise, we bring in anywhere from like 10 to 12K residual income. Passive, guys. And yeah, we're just gonna be giving out exactly how we do it, and hopefully this can help you guys. If you're currently on our team, this can help you out. If you're currently doing another network marketing company, hopefully this helps you out. We're just here to help people succeed in every way, shape, or form.
Yeah, so hey everybody. Hey Peggy, Caleb, Mindy, Connie, what's up guys?
How's it going? How's it going? Everybody check in. Where's everybody from?
I'm so excited about today. Like when we figured out what today's topic was gonna be, we were like, oh, that's gonna be so easy.
Yeah, one thing we've tried doing is getting our audiences more involved. So we kind of pick two topics that we're interested in, and then we just let the people decide, and then we talk about it. So we did a poll today. I think it had like 31 votes in 2 hours, and it was like 72% of people wanted to learn how to be successful in network marketing. We know you probably heard of network marketing before. You might have had a bad experience with it, but not all things are created equal. So we'll get started here in a second. We'll let people hop on. What up, Caleb? From the NAP. What up, Gino? Hey, Connie. Hey, Mindy. Hey, Peggy. Hey, Carissa. What up, Jesse? Hey, Rachel. How's it going, everybody?
Yeah, we were gonna share our screen so we could show you guys like our team group and stuff, but Facebook's being crazy, so yeah, no screen sharing, but we're still gonna give you guys lots of gold.
Yeah, so if you can, get your notebooks out. You definitely want to rewatch this. These are things that we go over extensively in our group, CBD for me, but we want to give you guys pretty much like an overall an overview of it in a sense. It's gonna be fun. It's
Try
cool.
to keep it short and sweet. Keep it within an hour.
Yeah, exactly. So the first thing that I kind of want to start off with is what not to do in network marketing. I want to get
this is probably more important than what to do in network marketing.
Our approach is real chill. I mean, we're in a cannabis MLM, we're in a hemp MLM, so it's real laid back, real chill. So we kind of just do our thing and let people come to us. We don't cold message or anything like that. We just let people come to us because they're attracted to how the type of value we give and stuff like that, and then we just build from there. So first things first is that you want to be a resource, not a salesman. That is where a lot of people mess up. They get aggressive, they are hounding people to come join, they're spamming their links and stuff like that, and that's why you're not finding success. Let the people come to you, just provide value. So be an educational resource. Lacey has mastered this. People come to her because she's the CBD queen and she knows everything there is to know about CBD.
I at least try to, and when I hopped into this, I immediately started posing myself as a resource. And the way that you can do that is just by educating yourself. Use Google, look up in-depth topics about the product that you are promoting. You need to know as much as you can about it. So when people say that you're selling a weight loss supplement, you need to know about everything that is inside that supplement and what it does.
Yes.
When you're doing that, people are going to come to you versus you having to chase them down.
Yep, and at the same time, you don't want to get stuck in analysis paralysis of learning your info. So just take what you know, and then hopefully when you were picking your team, you found that you have a good upline. You have somebody that has trainings, extensive trainings, documents organized, or just organization inside their group to where all this material, all the answers that you need are found quickly. So be a resource, not a salesman. People pay good money to be around an expert and a resource, people avoid salesmen at all costs.
People avoid salesmen at all costs.
Like, you ever had people going door to door, and my mom made me do this. We would like peek around the blinds from the other side
like
of the house.
hide in your house from the salesman.
They're trying to sell shit, and then everybody would like run away and stuff like that. Number 2, patience, patience, patience. I don't know what it is with network marketing and people dealing with patience, but they want to be successful like yesterday, and they just started. Well, and just not even in network marketing. If you guys ever built a company or built a business, like your own business, your own traditional business, it's going to take time. It's going to take time to spread awareness about your company. It's going to take time to build that reputation as a resource or as just trustworthy in your company. It's going to take time to build clientele. It's going to take time to build cash flow. So I don't know why people are so, or even with traditional jobs, people will work 5 to 10 years for that promotion that they're hoping to get once they join their new company. So I don't know where that just goes out the window with network marketing. Like, they feel like once they join, hopefully in 30 days they'll be pulling in 6 figures a month, but it just doesn't work like that, guys. So that is a key one. Learn about patience. There's a book, The Power of Patience. Check that out, and it'll open up your eyes for you.
Well, and on patience, you have to think that any means of residual income is going to take time. Think about how much time it takes for an investment to grow.
Yeah.
For if you're investing in stocks, how long does it take for you to see that grow into more money? So anything where you are building residual income, regardless of effort, is going to take a lot of time. And in the beginning, you are going to put in more time than you are making money for. So the time to money ratio isn't going to be great in the beginning. But as you put the time in, eventually you're going to be thinking, wow, I do nothing and I make this money. I don't hardly do anything. Whereas it's opposite in the beginning.
What was that quote you said from one live in the beginning?
Yeah, in the beginning you are overworked and underpaid. And as time goes on, you're going to look at what you're being paid and realize that you're not doing much work to get that. So that's just something that's important to remember, and it's something that you absolutely cannot avoid. So you have to have the perseverance and the mental strength to get past that period of time.
And a lot of times people don't like being overworked and underpaid, but for a lot of you guys at your jobs, I hear it a lot. I am overworked and I am underpaid. I am doing multiple people's jobs. I am working extra. I'm not getting any type of extra payment. And you're okay with that. But when it comes to building your own thing, then it becomes a problem.
Right.
So that's just something that it's a mindset shift that you need to have. Next is, don't spam. Don't cold message sell people. People hate that. Don't hop up in their inbox. Hey, you want to buy some CBD oil? Or hey, you want to buy my weight loss protein shake, whatever it may be? That is the quickest way to get them to block you and just have them lose all sorts of interest. This is the new age of network marketing. It's a lot cooler now than it was back in the day and how everybody used to do it, where it's just like spam the hell out of everybody, attack all of your friends and family, and then eventually you are NFL, no friends left. So we do the complete opposite with our approach. Don't act aggressive, because that just shows that you're desperate. The follow-ups are cool, but don't follow up too much and don't follow up too aggressive. Like with sales, nobody likes to be sold anything. People like to come up with their own opinions, do their own due diligence, and then eventually they'll join you. So if you're doing your part, then they'll eventually come to you. But if you just come at them and try to get the rope out and lasso them in and stuff like that, like, it's not going to work out that well for you.
Yeah, Jesse said spammy Tammy. Don't be spammy Tammy,
Spammy
because
Tammy.
I'm telling you what, if you are spammy Tammy, you are not only ruining your own reputation, but you are ruining the reputation of the company. So you need to be extremely careful about this. It's a no-brainer. Do unto others as you want them to do to you, so don't treat them like that. They will come to you if they are interested, and there's no reason to act aggressively towards them.
Yeah, so you want to build genuine relationships.
Yes.
That is the name of the game here. And if you're not into that, then it's a rough transition. You can transition into that, because at first you're all about, I want to sell. Well, news guys, the first time you talk to somebody, they are probably not going to buy. The first time we talk to somebody, we're not even bringing up HempWorks. We're not even pitching or anything like that. We're just building rapport, because at the same time, as much as we want them to be a part of our business and take our products, we want to make sure that they would be a good fit for our business. So it's kind of like scouting on both ways in a sense. So just be cautious of that, and just be a good friend. Find out who they are, build relationships, and then it's fun after that. You're just talking with people and building a friendship along the way, and then the business is just a product of that. Let's go through comments real quick. Jesse, Spammy Tammy, Jesse Norfleet. I made a lot of changes. It wasn't working well.
You're doing so great, Jesse.
Yeah, and the reason why we come up with these different things is because this is what we used to do for a living. With Indiana Creatives, we own a marketing and branding company. So we've taken that skill set and we've taken that mindset and brought it into network marketing. That's why it kind of made sense to us. I was like, well, shit, like half of the word is, or half of the term of the industry is marketing. We already know how to do that. And networking, we were naturally doing that, so that's where we hopped into it. So we just brought those skills, made a system for our team, gave it to them to make it duplicatable, and then boom, just let it take off. The rest, what time will take care of. So number one, picking a company.
This is important.
This is very important because a lot of people, they just hop right in and they do no type of research. We have like a little checklist that we were looking for before we hopped in. One, we want to make sure that it's a hot product. It's a hot industry. For ours, it's CBD oil, the medical marijuana industry. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but it is everywhere. We get free media coverage every day. It's on CNN. It's on let me see, Daily News. It's all over Facebook. It's on YouTube. Activists are coming out of it. Celebrities are endorsing it. So that's a lot of free advertisement in itself. Everybody has at least heard of marijuana. Everybody has at least heard of CBD, and people are starting to hear about the medicinal benefits that it's bringing you. So that's why we picked that on top of it saving my wife's life and my son's life. So we already had the testimonial. We found out that the product really worked for us. And then two, everybody needs it. It's a product that everybody needs for their health. You want to make, and that kind of brings me on to the next thing. You want to make sure that it's consumable. You want to make sure that it is just not an affiliate-based company. To where only affiliates can buy into these programs. You want to make sure you can just have some type of retail going on. So like not only can we bring people into the business, but we can also one-off our products. So therefore, most of the time when people buy, when it's affiliate based, once all the affiliates have bought, you have no more buyers. But when you have customers, the world is wide open.
Yeah.
So that's where you want to make sure that you don't get stagnant. Two or three, you want to make sure that there was a strong support system and a community. The reason why this is important, because it is a mental building phase when you're in that startup phase. When you're going through the grind, when you're just getting started, you're trying to spread awareness, you're trying to get just customer flow, affiliate flow into your bank. It's nice to have people to talk to about that. It's nice to have, like, our team has over, at least our personal group has over 700, I think 900 people now. And that's 900 people that you can just go in and vent and talk about, figure out solutions. Everybody probably has the same questions, the same problems, and they can just bounce off of each other with it. So you want to make sure that there's a strong community inside of there, because that is what will carry you. People come for the money, but people stay for the people. Yeah, baby. You want to get up here? No? What do you want? What, baby? Huh? Sorry, our son stayed home from daycare because Mama wanted him to stay home from daycare, so we let him stay home.
He needs to get all the way healthy before he goes back to the cesspool.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so next after that is extensive trainings. This is key. This is where we separate ourselves from the other teams. We have literally, Lacey and Deanna have created a step-by-step process of how you can become successful in this company. Yeah? Oh, want a new Bumblebee? We'll get you a new one.
Yeah, and even HempWorks, the company that we went with, you want to make sure the company has duplicatable systems too, and HempWorks does have that. So you're looking for a company that has tools for you to use, like we have affiliate links, affiliate websites. And I know Tim wanted to tell you guys that if your company doesn't have some type of affiliate website for you, you should probably look for another company. You shouldn't have to fill out this stuff by hand, be entering people's credit card information and taking their information yourself. It is 2018, and you should have tools like this for you.
Yeah, sorry, my son's trying to tell me what he wants on a Transformers box. Yeah, exactly. Did I miss anything on that one?
Nope.
Next, you want to make sure that you have mentorship inside
Choose
the
a
company.
good upline. You cannot switch. You have to make a good choice when you join the company.
Yeah, and we've seen that happen a lot. People won't do their research. They'll sign up under whoever asks them without doing the proper research. Now, when we say that, go look at their profile before you sign on with them. Make sure that they have some sort of following, or make sure they have some sort of, not following, but like they're doing what they're supposed
They provide value
to.
to the audience.
And you want to make sure that they're actually there for you, that if you have questions, they're there to answer. Now, granted, that gets a little harder once the team gets bigger and bigger, but that's where you come up with a self-sufficient group, and the trainings will help do that. So just make sure you do your research on you want a mentor, guys. You don't want just somebody who's going to get you to sign on, woo ya, and get you to sign on, and then they just disappear. You never hear from them again. The next one is you want to make sure that they have a duplicatable system. We make sure that our team members can do exactly what we can do, because that is the only way that you will succeed in network marketing. If one person is the best, then your team's going to suck. But if you can make it to where everyone is just as capable as the next person, that's when you have a dangerous team on your hands. And that's where your extensive trainings come in. You really want to dive into that. And the last one, you want to make sure they have a fire compensation plan. That's where it's at. So like we've seen a lot of compensation plans, and HempWorks just made the most sense to us. Pays us 8 ways. You don't have to jump through loops and bounds to get to them. Make sure they have ranking bonuses. We love our ranking bonus. Our next one will be when we cap off 100K affiliates, which means that we sell over $200,000 in product, and that means that we'll get a $10,000 bonus on top of that, on top of our binary check.
Well, and something that seems to be really big when checking out a compensation plan, because I know compensation plans are really complicated. Something that I like to look for in a good one is that you make your large amount of money. So there's 2 ways to make money: your first-time buyers and then your repeat buyers. You want to make sure that you're making the large amounts of money on your repeat buyers. So you are being heavily rewarded for repeat orders versus your upfront orders. Because if you are heavily rewarded for your upfront orders, it's going to be hard to build a long-term business. Stuff like that. A lot of times when the FEC is checking out compensation plans, that's one of the red flags they look for. So you don't want to get all of the goodies from just signing people up. It's not sustainable, and it's not very ethical, in my opinion.
Yes, exactly. So before we move on, that is our checklist when picking a company to join. So make sure it's a hot product, it's a hot industry. Make sure that the products are consumable and that there are customers, that there's a possible customer base there. Make sure that there's a support system / community involved in that group. Make sure that there are extensive trainings. Make sure that there's a mentorship. Make sure the person you sign up with, your upline, will be a mentor to you. Make sure that they have a duplicatable system. And then make sure they have an amazing comp plan.
Yes.
Because that's how you get paid, so you at least want to pay attention to that. So before we move on, we'll go through comments. Caleb Baraja says, makes sense. I've had affiliates that may not even be the right fit, meaning they don't put in any work. They don't talk about CBD or HempWorks at all in the months they have been a part of it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that a little bit in the next section too.
Yes. Richard Marr says, I got so excited last week and way overloaded the first 2 people that asked me about the products, and supposedly I know better. It's important to let my enthusiasm show, yet still temper it to meet the new customer where they are. Needless to say, I adjusted and my sales are improving. Yes, and that's something that is called word vomit. We call that word vomit. And we understand that when you're first starting a business and people start hitting you up, it's like exciting. That first message you get, you're like, hey, what do you do for income? You're like, oh shit, let me tell you.
You're probably going to screw it up for a while, so don't be too hard on yourself.
So ours is like real simple. Our team has a special tool. We have a couple tools that are made to where if someone hits me up, I don't reply with 4 or 5 messages right after. I literally say, hey, here's a link to these series of videos. You can check those out. Or you can, I can add you to our info group, and you can, check that out. And then if you have any questions, hit me up. That's it.
Yeah.
We let them do their own thing. We let them watch the videos at their own pace. We don't check back in 20 minutes and say, hey, you watched that video yet? We don't do that. It's all about being really subtle. Subtle is like the key here. Subtle and patience. That is key with this industry. Let me see. Thank you, Jesse. Gino says, won't happen overnight. Absolutely. Nothing good happens overnight, guys. And if you do, you gotta be worried. Morning, Kristen. How's it going? Richard Marr, I was approached by MLM years ago that sold courses and how to sell their courses. Yeah, you want to watch out
That
for
is a
those.
pyramid scheme.
Yeah,
if
that
there's
is
not
illegal.
a product, it is illegal.
Yeah, so when people say, is an MLM a pyramid scheme or isn't that illegal? Okay, a pyramid scheme is a company that doesn't have an actual physical product.
It basically sells ideas.
Yeah, like what he was talking about, selling a course to a course. HempWorks has products. We have tangible products. We have like 10 tangible products. So therefore, we're legal, and we're not a pyramid scheme. People are just uneducated about that, and I feel like that's on purpose because the traditional workplace doesn't want you learning about this. Because then who would be their employees? Who would come into work for them? You guys would all off be doing your own thing, working at your house and stuff like that. Team Garza, yay.
Whoop, whoop.
Hands down, pick the best upline
You're
ever.
so sweet, Ryan.
Can I run it from Canada? Yeah, you actually can.
The sprays, not well. You can do it from Canada as long as you're not marketing the CBD products in Canada.
Yeah. So our upline, his name is David. He's in Canada. He's a 100K affiliate, and he literally he markets to the U.S. So he gets a lot of his, and that's the beauty of the internet. You don't have to build locally if you're not allowed to. You can build in the U.S. You can build internationally and stuff like that until Canada reopens the doors to CBD again. So yeah, absolutely, you can open it up. Sharon Porter, we have the products that so many people need. It's much easier to talk about when people know I'm helping others, not just myself.
So easy. This company makes it so easy to be in this industry.
And it's just because it's a hot product, guys. It's a hot product that actually works. It doesn't just help with weight loss. It helps with anxiety. It helps with depression. It helps with a whole bunch of things that opens up the market for. And that's what you want. You want a product that can literally be in any sector. Like our demographic is all mammals
of all ages.
We got pet treats. We got human stuff. We got whatever you need. We got oils. We got topicals. So therefore, if someone doesn't want an oil, but yet they want a topical cream to help out with their moisturizer or something like that, we have that. If somebody doesn't want the human stuff, but they have a dog that they need to take care of, boom, we have that. So not every product is for everyone, but there's a product for everyone.
Yeah.
Ooh, we should coin that. I like that.
You're so
Yeah. Okay, so next is okay, yeah, it's on.
Sign up.
So number 2 is sign up. You want to take that one?
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so we already talked about selecting a great upline. I can't stress how important this is. I have a lot of people come to me every day who ask if they can switch, and I hear awful stories about joining someone that's no longer there for them. They're lost, they're confused. I'm sorry, but you cannot join my team now. So you need to make sure that you select a great upline. This is so important across every network marketing company. Next, learn the business as you go. So don't spend months just trying to dissect the compensation plan. And I'll tell you why. Because it's so complicated that you're not going to understand it until it's happening to you. So you will understand binary when you get paid your first binary check. You will understand leadership check matching when you get paid your first leadership check matching check. You don't have to understand all of these things fully to start your business. And I definitely suggest being very laid back about it and learning it as you go. Next, start thinking in terms of volume versus dollars. This made a huge deal for me. I knew that I wasn't going to be able to speak about anything that I was promoting until I understood the value of what volume is. The sooner that you can learn the volume assignments to each product as well as the dollar assignments, you'll be able to hit the ground running and you'll feel much more confident in what you're talking about. Next is start now. So begin sharing every single day before you do anything. As soon as you sign up, just start sharing. You're going to be so surprised at your results. If you're not sharing, then it's an impossibility to grow your business. So if you start sharing and learn along the way, you are setting yourself up for success. This also forces you to be comfortable with the decision that you've made. Maybe you've signed up for a company and you start to second guess it. Those are the type of people that intend to share, but they never actually begin. So as soon as you sign up, if you start sharing now, you will become more and more comfortable with your decision and your new lifestyle, your new opportunity. Next, decide your financial goals. Do you want to make a little bit of money or do you want to make a lot of money? Because if you want to make a lot of money, your best bet is going to be to start growing your team. I think it's really important to decide what you want from this in the very beginning, so you know, do I focus on the product or do I focus on the opportunity? Do I focus on both? What is going to make me the income that I am looking for? So I think that that's really important. And then lastly, we've already talked about this one, become a resource. Learn as much as possible about your product. If you can do that, you're going to set yourself apart from the other reps in your industry, and you are going to create a name for yourself. And I highly recommend doing that.
Exactly. I'll go through comments real quick. Bonjour, DiCaprio. Hope I said that right. Coming from France, I'm assuming. Thanks for tuning in, bro. Whitney Christine, is it okay to share about the products versus business opportunity?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Another thing you can do too is kind of this. We'll talk about this next, but it's identifying your demographic. And the thing is, people ignore that, but it's key because then you start realizing, like, well, how do they receive information? Are they going to be more into the opportunity? Or are they going to be more into the product? So therefore, you're not just praying and spraying and hoping that something sticks to the wall. So next, number 3 is branding. Branding is key. If you have not been a marketer or anything like that, your branding is probably needs some help. And we are here to help you do that. So what I always say first, before creating a brand, you need to figure out who your demographic is. Who are your customers? Who are the people that you're trying to attract? So number 1, find out your demographic. What's their average age? And the thing is, it doesn't have to be one demographic fits all. You can literally break them into categories. Like me, like we have our younger demographic, our middle demographic, and then our older demographic. Those 3 different categories, they all receive information and interact differently. So you have to treat each demographic, kind of cater to how they move. Because that's the whole thing with marketing. You have to figure out the psychology of your customer. So figure out their age, figure out, what's the average income bracket or what's the average income for that group. So therefore, if they're a little on the lower income side, they're not going to really be so apt to joining the opportunity right away. It may take some time for them to save some money. So therefore, you don't want to be hounding them every couple of days, say, hey, are you ready? Because they're in the middle of trying to save up that money to join this opportunity. If you have a higher income, then it's more game. Like they're probably willing to sign up now. Here's my money, take my card. You know what I mean? So you just want to know who you're working with. You want to know if you're targeting more male, because a male marketing campaign and a female marketing campaign are going to be different. Obviously, they have different likes, different passions, different interests. So you just want to know who you are targeting at that point. It doesn't mean that you have to target them from here on out. You can just spend, all right, for the next 2 months, I want to focus on women. For the next 2 months, I want to focus on men. For the next 2 months, I want to focus on college women, college men, whatever it may be. And then once you figure that out, you want to find out, how do they receive info? This one is huge. So if you have a younger demographic, right, 9 times out of 10, they're going to receive all their info on the internet. That's just where we're at right now. Facebook, social media, YouTube, Google, just anything internet based. And if you deal with the older generation, the way they came up and received information was through traditional marketing. So like networking events, belly to belly marketing, business cards. So when you meet somebody and build a relationship with them, you can just give them a little quick, sorry, I just got a praise. A little quick business card to leave back to your website, whatever it may be. So let's say you're going the traditional route. You want to have business cards, you want to do events, you want to do belly-to-belly networking, and then you want to do like festivals, fairs, whatever you can get your hands on. You just want to make your face present. In social media, you want to make your face present by doing lives and just being, on the internet. It's the same thing with building traditional business. Your face needs to be out there because people don't join companies. People join people. So you want to make sure that whatever route you choose, that your face is out there, that you're constantly getting that exposure. So if you want to go online, you got to pick people always say, and it's weird, this is like the same with traditional businesses. When they tell you to start a business, you want to start a Facebook, then you want to start a Twitter, then you want to start an Instagram, then you want to start a YouTube, a Tumblr. Like it's like 9 different platforms. And I'm just like, guys, like, why? Like, take your strongest platform, wherever you are most active on, and then build that up. For us, it was Facebook. Facebook is our strongest platform. Instagram is our second strongest. So we focus mainly on Facebook, building up that audience, and then then later on we will be able to move that audience to different platforms, whether it be YouTube. Our podcasts are getting stronger. So just pick one and build. Don't start 9 and then build one and let the rest of them just lackluster. Just pick one and run with it. So next, we'll talk about Facebook. Facebook is what we use, so we're about to give you guys the gold. Let's go through comments real quick. Don't you know us at Brander? Girl. That's Clown. That's like one of my favorite songs I've been listening to lately. I was listening to it this morning. It's hilarious. What a good wife.
Oh my God, here we go.
I can sing the whole song. Anissa says, my new affiliate did her first live last night and added her link. I told her it was fine for her first live.
Yeah, it's great that she's going live at all. That's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, lives are key for Facebook, guys. Like, that is killing the most birds with one stone type of ordeal. One, it's Facebook's favorite. It is the highest on their algorithm. If you're going to be using social media, you need to be learning your tools. So if you're on Facebook, learn Facebook's algorithm. Learn how it works. Learn how the ranking system works as far as content. Because if you can figure that out, that's how you get the most exposure to your page, to your branding, right? So lives are the best because it gets the longest interaction, it gets the longest viewing time.
It still counted as a new feature.
Yeah. Facebook loves when you use their new features, so like stories and stuff like that. And you basically just let that do your thing. But then on a branding side, it's you. Like people want to see that.
See you.
Yeah, and that's why we do lives every day with Lunch with the Garzas. People love being able to see who you really are, being able to see when you're on point or when you mess up, because it's alive, and that's what they love about that. It makes you human. If you're just constantly posting pictures and text content and stuff like that, like people can kind of get an idea of who you are. But until they actually hear you talk, like it's that first meeting with somebody. Until somebody actually hears you talk and stuff like that, they're not gonna really have that trust in you. So you definitely want to start going live more. I know it's scary.
Yeah, over 80% of communication is body language.
Yeah.
So me sitting here and saying one sentence to you on a live allows you to know more about me than me typing out a post about my life. Because you can't really tell who I am in that post. There's no emotion behind it. There's no body language. There's no tonality. So Facebook Lives are great for so many reasons. And if you are building a business on Facebook, I highly recommend one of the best things that you can do is to utilize Facebook Live.
Yeah, exactly. We can go on and on about Facebook Lives. Actually, if you haven't yet, join our group, www.lunchwiththegarzas.group, and we will be posting the newest article about Facebook's algorithm. If you want to get serious, if you really want to make some money, if you want to retire off of this industry, you need to know how your tools work. So before we go on, let's go through comments. Hey Narinder, how's it going? Live gets results, exactly, Jesse. Everybody tag their teams. Richard says, people trust others who make public mistakes more than someone who seems to be perfect. Yes. No one likes a robot. You can't trust robots. We've all seen whatever movie, Will Smith's movie. So, your Facebook profile. Your Facebook profile is essentially like your business card, in a sense. It is where people will be looking at and combing through to see if you're somebody that they can actually trust and actually somebody that they want to work with and even give money to pay to join your team. So you want to have that A1. You want to have it, at least be up to par. So the first thing we always say is quality photos. You want to make sure that your profile pic is a high quality photo. If you can, we all got iPhones and nice cameras on our Android phones and stuff like that. Take a nice profile pic of yourself. A nice little headshot. So therefore when people see your profile, they know exactly who they are. I see some people post pictures of their dogs, post pictures of random characters, and it's cool. But if you want to build a business, this is where you have to go now. It's cool to do that when you're just chilling and vibing or whatever. But if you want to build a business, you have to be professional in a way.
Your profile picture needs to be a high quality photo of your face or your family. But face is best. Mine right now isn't the greatest example because it is of my family, and face is best.
Yes. Caleb is asking me to put the website in here. I gotcha. Lunchwiththegarzas.group. If I could type.
You put a comma instead of a period.
Oh.
Yeah, so high quality profile picture and cover photo. So your photos overall, you don't want grainy pictures. You want to look like a high quality professional person on Facebook. Facebook is your way of making money. Yeah,
so if you have to, it's an investment and it's a write-off. This is why you need to get into network marketing if you don't have your own business. You can open up the world of write-offs. Write-offs are amazing. It makes us pay for everything. If we go out to dinner with people, we're fighting over that bill so we can get that tax deduction at the end of the year. You know what I mean? So if you get a phone, like our phone, 100% write-off. We're gonna get all that money back at the end of the year. So get you a nice phone with a nice camera and snap some photos. You basically just want to have overall high quality photos. That will be the difference maker for people like, okay, they got nice photos. Makes you a little more trustworthy.
Yep.
Next is your about section. Your about section, ours are kind of broken down in bullet points, but we just have like our passions. Like if I go to mine, you want to pull up yours real quick?
Let's see.
We'll do both of ours as an example. If you want, you can go to our Facebook profiles and copy that stuff down to a T, and just make it your own in a way.
Are you talking about bio?
Yeah, so go ahead, you want to do yours?
So my bio is boy mom with 2 dinosaur emojis, HempWorks 50K affiliate, super wife, hashtag Garza CBD, hashtag lunch with the Garzas. So it hits my passions, it hits what we do professionally, it hits family. So I've got everything covered right there in like 10 words.
Yeah, and what this does is that this is attraction marketing. This is where if someone brand new comes to look at your profile pic, they'll see one of your bullet points on your bio, and they'll be like, oh, I relate to that. Like mine is proud husband and father, 50K HempWorks affiliate, a Forex trader, and a goal setter. If somebody comes in and they happen to, like lately, I've been getting a lot of Forex friend requests from other Forex network marketing companies and stuff like that. Maybe they're not happy with their company and they're slowly starting to scout. So now I've been getting a lot of ads, and that will just help you out. So make sure you put your passions up there, and that's kind of what you'll be posting about. So next after that, your friends list. Your friends list is huge. If you only have 200 to 400 friends, that means only 40 people, 10% of your friends list is going to be seeing it, which means that is the reason why your interaction, if you're posting, is probably super low. So you want to get that, you want to pump those numbers up. If you've ever seen Wolf on Wall Street with Matthew McConaughey when they're in that top restaurant eating, you got to pump those numbers up, guys. So you want at least 3,000 to 5,000 friends. Now, I don't mean just add any willy-nilly that hops on and stuff like that. Like you want to scout your friends. You want to have quality people inside of your friends list. People who, if they do join, they're going to put in work. They're ambitious, they are dedicated, they have goals and stuff like that. So you just want to kind of scope that out. You also want to make sure that they're not some spam company. I've been getting a lot of hot, half-naked women adding me, and I'm pretty sure they're all spam and cops. So we're just going to leave them alone.
Well, and I follow a lot of leaders in the industry that aren't even in our company. And a lot of times when they post that they're recruiting, they will say, if you have over 2,000 Facebook friends, I have an opportunity for you. So they put it out front and center. They're like, I'm not even jacking with you if you have under 2,000 Facebook friends. So that's how important it is. You have to think of this friends list like selling out an auditorium. You want to sell out every seat because each seat is going to make you money. If you sell out 200 seats in your 5,000 capacity auditorium, you are making absolutely nothing on selling your show. So that's what your Facebook friends list is. It is you selling out your auditorium, and you need to get as close to 5,000 as you can. And those people need to be as quality as possible.
Yeah, so next we want to talk about how do you build this friends list? How do you just grow it? So there are a couple things you can do. One, you can start with groups. So if anything, take your bio. So ours would be like HempWorks. So that's network marketing, mom and dad groups, CBD groups, health groups, and stuff like that. Go in, find whatever groups you want to join, your interest, join these groups, and then just slowly start becoming a voice inside of these groups. It takes time.
Build yourself up as an authority.
Yes, answer people's questions. By doing that, you answering people's questions will make people start coming to you more, and then they'll become you'll either get a friend request or you'll send them a friend request, and then that starts building up rapport. So they already see you as a resource because every time they ask a question, Lacey's right there to answer it. So you want to start slowly working on that. Next thing you can do too is go to influencers pages like Gary Vee, Tony Robbins, Eric Worre, just to name a few. And what I do, I go to posts inside of their pages that I like that have at least like 2,000 or 3,000 likes and loves and stuff like that. And I'll go to the post that I like, I'll go to the comment section, and then I'll find comments that are like, okay, I like how that person thinks. And then I'll check out their page. Okay, yeah, they got good photos, they got a good amount of friends, they got a good amount of interaction. I'll add them as a friend. So, but first, I'll start by liking or loving their comment, and then I'll scoop a little bit, and then I'll add them as a friend. And you just slowly start doing that. Now, if you do it too much, your Facebook account will probably get flagged because you just add.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you're not doing that so your Facebook account doesn't get deactivated. So it's quality.
Small amounts of people in different time frames. I know a lot of people add 3 times a day, so maybe add 10 people in the morning, the afternoon, and night if you're quickly trying to build your friends list. And like we said, if you are seeking out quality people and you are inspecting their Facebook page before you add, it's going to take you so much time that you're probably not going to be flagged for adding friends. You need to take time and put time into doing this.
Yeah, and one thing I do too, next thing you want to do is message them or connect with them. Now, I don't mean like, hey, you want to buy some CBD oil? I mean like just connect with people. Just connect with people. Like normally, okay, so if I hit somebody up, I'm just like, hey, how's it going, bro? Thanks for the ad. Basically just wanted to connect with other, you know, ambitious people on here. You have dope, amazing content on your page. How's it going? And then they say, I'm doing good. How are you doing? I'm doing great. This, that, this, and that. Where are you from? You're just building up a relationship because you want to get them started on that month 1. People are going to watch you for like 2 or 3 months before they decide to do anything. So literally I'll open up a little combo and then I'll just leave it at that. I won't sell anything at all. So what does that do? That opens up the Facebook algorithm to where they will now see my posts for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, your posts will sell for you. So
Yeah.
there's no reason that you need to talk about it in that message.
Yeah, so they'll see my post for the next 2 weeks. What am I posting? I'm posting quality content. I'm doing Lunch with the Garzas with Lacey every day. I'm giving out value. The whole thing is about building an audience, finding out what their pain points are, what their problems are, and then creating content that helps solve that.
Yeah.
And that is pretty much it. That is attraction marketing. That is what we've built our business on, is attraction marketing. And it works and it's fun because you're not stressing out trying to sell to people. Next, we want to talk about posts. The type of posts you should put up.
This one's a big one.
Don't you dare spam CBD all over your Facebook or HipWorks. That's the quickest way for people to unfollow you because nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to hop on their Facebook and see. I remember when we had a large group of people join, and this is when I first got started with Lacey. I go down my Facebook and it was just like HempWorks. I was like, this is depressing. So then we did a training on it. We put people on the up and up like we're doing with you guys. And now I love my timeline. I love, like, we have some amazing people with some amazing passions and talents on our team. And now they know how to market that. Like now I get to find out, like, we have some amazing singers like, what's her name? Golden?
Yeah, Morgan Golden.
Morgan Golden, she's an amazing singer. Mar is an amazing artist. Like, we have some cool people on our team, and now they're projecting that out. Like, you are an amazing person. People just need to see that, and that's what network marketing helps out with. You don't need to. Yeah, look, Caleb says it took me 6 months before I joined. It takes time.
Watch.
With the analogy that we always use is it's like a garden. You're just planting seeds and you're letting those plants grow, and hopefully eventually they turn into a big ass tree. So.
And I have to say, before we hop into posts, there's 2 very important things that I want to hit on. First of all, your posts need to be public.
Yes.
If they're not public, no one can see them except your friends. And say one of your friends shares your post. That might make you really excited. But if your post isn't public, then none of their friends can see it unless they're also friends with you. So the first thing that you need to do when starting a network marketing company is make your Facebook page public and make your posts public. The second thing I want to hit on before we dive into posts is that you should never post your link.
Yes.
In a post. If you have a post and it absolutely requires you to post your link, put it in the comments. I never post my HempWorks link. Because why? Because I'm doing attraction marketing and I want them to have to come to me to talk to me about what I do. I don't want them to be able to just go to my website on their own. I want to be involved in that process. So I don't post my link ever because I want them to come to my inbox. So I have control over the situation. Those are my two biggest things that I had to get out before we cover the types of posts that you should be posting.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the main thing that you want to do is tell a story. We have a story with ours. Ours started with Enzo and Lacey's pregnancy, and now our story is we're just on the journey of self-development. We are on the journey of trying to hit super, which is the top rank. We're 4 ranks away from that, which is the top rank in HempWorks, which means that we could possibly bring in $1 million a month, $250K a week. So this is the journey of that. You're seeing us build ourselves. You're seeing us become. We're constantly studying. We're constantly giving out free value. We're constantly networking with people. So eventually, so we have literally just made our lives like a story that everybody can tune in on and even join in on if they wanted to. So make sure you're telling a story, guys. Next, paychecks work every once in a while too. We used to post paychecks a lot, but now our paychecks have gotten a little too big.
Our paychecks are no longer realistic.
Yeah, we don't want to put that out there anymore. So we're doing good, guys, but we just don't want to post about it all the time.
When you're starting, posting a $50 paycheck post is amazing. This is the absolute best way that you can recruit. If your company allows you to post paychecks, post the disclaimer, of course, but do it because that's what is going to get you a lot of signups really fast. I don't care if it's $50. $50 makes a big change for a lot of people over the course of a week. Yeah. So post those paychecks, and then when they get so big that they are unrelatable, you can rethink that like we have.
Yeah, but by then you've already built up the reputation and like the story that, hey, like we've reached these certain ranks, we're doing pretty good for ourselves. There's no need to show you guys like a $15,000 check. Like that's just boasting at that point. And it's kind of dangerous too, because we live in Indy, so you know we don't really want our stuff all the way out there like that. So you want to post your lifestyle. So for us, we're just 2 parents, guys. We're just 2 parents who are ambitious and are trying to make some cool things happen. And that's what that's our story. Like that's what we post about. So we post about our lifestyle. We post about our family. We post about our passions. Our interests.
Always telling a story.
Always.
Every post that you post should be telling a story. It should have emotional content for your viewer. You have to reel them in. You have to make them press the see more button so they can read your whole status. It has to be attractive to them. It has to be relatable. So when you're posting, always make sure that your post tells a story. I don't care if I'm posting about the blue jeans I'm wearing today. I'm going to tell a great story about those blue jeans.
She looks cute in blue jeans.
Thanks, Bear. So make sure that you are telling a story every time because it needs to be interesting and people are going to need to feel attracted to your post to take time out of their day to read it.
Yeah, because the whole thing is that you want to build an audience. Like she was talking about with the auditorium. You want to fill this auditorium and then you want to give them value. And how do you do that? By talking with people. You find out, well, what are your interests? What are your passions? Like, what's your ideal day look like? What's your ideal job, ideal lifestyle look like? And then you start figuring out ways like, well, where are you struggling at? And then you create content that helps that. That's what we've been doing with Lunch with the Garzas, and it turned out amazing. Like, it's just been fun. It's got us learning so many new things daily. It's got people thinking again. It's got people studying again. It's got people becoming
having quality conversations.
Yeah, like becoming more self-aware about themselves and stuff like that. So it's been amazing, and it turns into a passion. And now we want to build that up and turn it into something bigger. So that's cool as well. So just build an audience, find out what their problems are, help solve those problems. People will, if someone can see you as a person that can get them from where they are to where they need to go, they will join you because you're a leader at that point. You're a mentor at that point, and they will join because they're trying to live the life that you're living, or they're trying to, you know, spend more time with their family, spend more time with their kids, not be tied down to their work all week. Maybe they just want to chill at home and play Spider-Man and do lives like this all day. You know what I mean? So if you can show that, then people will come to you. So there's no need to sell. Let me see, what else do we have on here? Oh, you created another one. Okay. So number 3, you want to do this one?
Sure. So number 3, we were going to talk about creating an environment for your team. But I want everybody to understand that if you join an awesome upline and they already have a great environment, just plug into that. There's no
Yeah.
need to waste your time building something new. The only time that I tell people build something new is if they can build something that's better than what their upline has created. So if your upline's groups don't work for you, if you think that you could do a better job or that you have more to add to the table, make your own groups. If you want to be a leader in the groups and your upline will not allow you to be a leader, make your own groups. There's specific situations where you should make your own, but if your upline has a great thing in place for you, then just plug in and use that.
Especially if your uplines are marketers already.
Yes. And so we did branch off and make our own group, but as you guys know, our company is so young. We are 3 people away from the top of the company, so there wasn't much above us to begin with. So we branched off and started our own system, and that worked really well for us. So we created an environment for our team. And I have to say, if there's already an environment made for you under your upline, plug into that. And then something that you can do for your specific team is to create a group message. So Facebook Messenger is great for this. You just add every member of your team to a chat, a message, and then that way they can ask questions, they can talk, you guys can vent to each other, tell each other stories, ask for advice. It'll build camaraderie and friendship, and that's something that's amazing to do if you are a leader who's building a team.
Yes.
So if you are creating a new environment for your team and you are going to make a private group, here are some of the things that you can think about. And if you want to do this, you can, because you did this.
Which one are we at?
Right here.
Okay. So the first thing you want to do is build a private group. Because what you don't want, if you have teammates that are currently with you, you don't want every potential person that's interested to hop into those groups. It has to be somewhat exclusive. So we have 2 groups. We have Intro CBD for Me, which is like basically anybody who's interested but not quite sure they want to hop on yet. They want to learn some more about the opportunity or the products. We have that intro group to where you just throw them in there and let them do their thing, and they'll figure out what they want to do on their own.
And the types of information in that group, just so you guys aren't confused about what that group is, it's things like join options, compensation plan information, information about the products, information about how we're paid. So this is all information for someone who is considering to become an affiliate. It is completely geared towards those who want to learn more.
Yes, exactly. So you want to have that intro group for sure. And then after they're ready to join, then you transfer them from the intro group to the actual CBD for Me group, which has all the trainings, all the graphics, all the resources you need to build a successful business. And that's pretty much like a, here you go, buddy. Like, thank you for taking the initial leap. We got you covered. Check this out. You also want to have extensive trainings. You want to have educational lives. So we do like once every couple weeks, we do a team Q&A. We did a team Q&A the other day. I think it was like almost an hour and a half long, where we just sit there and just answer any type of questions the team has. There's no hold bar. You can talk about marketing, you can talk about back office, technical, or whatever you need to talk about. That is your time to like, hey, we have our top uplines here. What you guys got? And then what that does is that builds that camaraderie too. Is like, hey, like Tim and Lacey aren't just some high up affiliates that don't talk to anybody and they're kind of like these ghosts. Nope, we're right here. Like, we are right here and we are accessible. So you definitely want to do that. You definitely want to be a presence inside of your own group. We also do team promos. We do team promotions, and that basically is like it's an incentive.
And I have to say, don't feel pressured to do this until you're making money.
Yeah.
We didn't start doing this until we were probably 25K, and you can just start offering what you can spare. A good train of thought is to spend, I think it's 10 to 20% on your marketing. So 10 to 20% of what you're making on your marketing. And for us, our marketing is our monthly promos and our Thursday night live. So we started giving away money once we were making enough money to give a little bit away.
Yeah, and what's cool about those two? Tax write-offs. They're all tax deductions. So I think we probably spend $1,000 to $1,200 a month on giveaways. We give away about $1,200 a month. We give every Thursday for our team. If they're not comfortable with wanting to explain the opportunity because they're still learning and stuff like that, we have a solution for that. You find people who are interested and you're not quite ready to give that presentation, have them hop on a Thursday live with us. We do our Thursday lives every Thursday at 9 o'clock. It's an opportunity call. We tell our story. We tell, we talk about the products and we talk about the opportunity. And then we also do a raffle. We give away $100 every week. And this usually turns into people either keeping the $100 or they join the team because somebody invited them to this group. What we also do too is that we do a promo. Lacey always makes promos for our teammates, and that is just to like reward them for their efforts. Like this month, we're doing an out-of-state promo for everybody who gets people out of state and out of the country and stuff like that. They get, I think the first prize is like you get $200. It's an extra $200 at the end of the month. You can get, that's like a director's pack. That's a joining fee.
Well, and something that I like about the promos too, you are giving them a reward in the form of money or prizes or what have you, but you're also giving them recognition. And to me, recognition is one of the most important things that you can give to your people if you're building a team.
Yeah.
If they are making leaps and bounds, they deserve to be recognized, and they deserve to kind of grow into that little celebrity status that network marketing can do to people. So I think giving away that recognition is so important every single month, with or without a prize. It is so nice to recognize your people.
Yeah, and once you give somebody like a leadership position, they're not going anywhere. Like they're inspired. Maybe it's the first time they've ever had a leadership position where they have people under them who are looking up to them, and maybe that's what people need. Not even just network marketing. Maybe that's what people need to feel better about themselves and like give them that push. And that's literally all network marketing is. It's self-development with a compensation plan. Next, you want to have strong interaction. That pretty much comes down to answering comments, answering questions, answering your messages. Being
available.
Yeah, we normally pick certain times, like 1 or 2 times during the day, where we go through all of our messages, because if we just answer them as they come, we would never get off of our phones. It's a team of 2,000 people that ranges from all over the world. So if we were on our phones all day answering messages and text messages and stuff like that, we would never see our kids. And that's kind of why we got into network marketing, was for the time freedom. So we pick like 1 to 2 hours.
Yeah, I do morning, afternoon, night is when I respond to everyone's messages.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just, it works better for you. You want to keep that balance. Next, you want to, if your team already has, you want to create graphics. Now this is not for everybody. If you're not a designer, that's fine. But at least make sure that you're getting graphics from your mother company. So ours would be HempWorks. They provide a whole bunch of graphics off the jump. We just happen to be graphic designers, so we are constantly creating new graphics. We're just like every other day we have something new popping out, just because that's what we like to do. We like to design stuff.
Well, graphics are so great for spreading the word, but they're also great for teaching your team complicated subjects. And we like to use graphics for that a lot. Oftentimes it's much easier to teach someone something with a graphic than it is with an hour-long live. So we utilize graphics heavily for education.
Yeah, so that kind of brings up, you constantly want to be coming up with new ways to make your team's life easier, which is basically what we're always doing. We're constantly trying to figure out, okay, binary. How do we explain binary to make it easier? Okay, what are the benefits of signing up as a director and then going executive to make more commissions? Instead of trying to explain that, we create a graphic that makes it out in layman's terms as much as possible, as simple as possible, and then we do it live, breaking that down. So not only do you have the live to reference back to, but you also have this graphic. So it kind of just, that helps people learn so much quicker. So that is pretty much number 3. Number 4 is talking with potentials. We're almost at the end. We have this one, and then we have our last step, which is self-development and self-awareness.
We knew this was going to be a long one, so we're fine with going over today.
Yeah, but guys, this can change your life. You can go from making $40,000 a year to $40,000 a month.
Yes.
So this one may last a little bit longer, but it's worth it.
And I know that sounds crazy, but that is the truth.
Yeah. So just stick in there. We're almost there. Okay, so number 4, talking to, I missed one, group chat.
Well, we kind of hit on this.
Okay. So number 4, talking with potentials. Rule number 1, do not word vomit. Take it easy.
And we hit on this one a little bit. Less is more, guys.
Yeah.
Less is more.
And so let's say a typical example, right? We've all been there. Let's say Lacey messages me. Hey, what's CBD oil? Or hey, what's HempWorks? Well, let me tell you. And then you send that first message, and then you forget to tell them something else that you should have put in there. So then you send another message. And then I should mention this. So then you send another message. Before you know it, you've sent 5 long messages, and you never hear from them again. So you definitely want to keep that in mind, is that your team, your upline should have a system for you. So our system is simple. If someone hits you up and they're interested, you either send them the video. There's 4 ways, I think. You either send them to the video tour that breaks down, has 4 videos on it. It's an exclusive tool that our upline has made inside of our group, to where it tells you what is CBD oil, why hemp works, a short version, a long version, and there's another video. Then you tell them to watch those videos, or just watch one, and then we can have a Q&A, and we can kind of figure out where you need to go from there. And what this does one thing. It helps 2 things. 1, it gets them informed without you having to word vomit all over them. And 2, it helps you weed out people. If you can't take the time to watch a 20-minute video on a career that you want to, pursue, we probably shouldn't be working together, bro.
Well, and even if you do join our team, are you going to be a valuable team member? Probably not. So just don't waste your time. Give them the information they need and allow them to figure it out for themselves. This is so much more effective than trying to convince them of anything.
Yeah. Caleb says, I have definitely been there before, sent way too many messages and never heard from again. Sometimes I think I get too sales-like. And I mean, it's possible. I think you're a car salesman, so it's definitely possible.
Yeah, we've talked about that before.
I was actually dealing with that yesterday. I was going to get a tune-up, and I got bored. I had an hour to waste, so I test drove a Camaro. And
that was his first mistake.
Yeah, I test drove a Camaro, and then this guy was just like hell bent. He's like, well, maybe we can run some numbers. I was like, well, I think my car just got done, so I'm trying to get out of here. And he's like, well, how about we just run some numbers real quick? I was like, all right, Bob, we can run some numbers. And they were hell bent. I was like, well, if you put 5,000 down, it could be 500. I told him no. He left. He came back with reinforcements. He came back with another guy, I'm assuming that was over him, and I just called it out. I was like, oh, you brought reinforcements, did you? And they just kept pressuring and pressuring and pressuring. They got no sell out of it. Instead of just making me letting us make the decision on our own, they wanted to force it. You don't want to do that in network marketing, because it's a lot easier to say no if they're on the internet. You can just not reply.
Yeah.
So make sure you don't word vomit, guys. Also, the reason why you want to use some type of link or system is because this is time management. If you have over 500 people on your team and then you have 40 people messaging you and this, and that, you typing out the same stuff over and over, you are going to get burnt out, and you're just not going to have the time. You're going to spend all of your time answering messages when you could just create a system that allows everything to flow. It goes from their inquiring, then to the info or video tours, and then to signing up, which you walk them through. So let me see. So also, while you're talking to them, once you're in the Q&A phase, after they've seen the videos in their intro group, then you start finding out what are their pain points. You start finding out, are they more interested in the product? Are they more interested in becoming an affiliate? What do they want to use the product for? What are their health ailments that they're hoping the product will cure? What are their financial problems that they're hoping that the company will cure? And then you figure out what that is, and then you just start focusing on that. So the one thing you don't want to do is hear what they're saying, but not listen to what they're saying.
Yeah, you want to be interested, not interesting. This conversation isn't about you or what you have to offer. It's about why they are coming to you and what problem they need solved. So you need to empathize. You need to be there for them. And then you need to let them know in a clear and concise way that you have what they're looking for, and you help them through that process. So this conversation is always all about them and never about you.
Yeah. So make sure that when you're talking to them, let them decide on their own. Do not be aggressive. That just looks desperate. They're like, oh, they really want this sale. Or, oh, they're really like, you just want to be subtle.
Yeah.
Let them decide.
And I'll tell you right now, if you're subtle and the person disappears on you, there is a 90% chance that after a couple more months, they're going to come back to you and be ready to join.
Because they're watching.
If you are aggressive and you scare them away, there is about a 0% chance that they will ever come back to you. So doing it the subtle way, being interested in them and not word vomiting is the correct choice. They will join you eventually. You just have to give them that space with the information and allow them to return when they're ready.
Yeah, and the last thing too is the follow-up. People tend to get real aggressive on follow-ups, following up every day, following up every other day. This can be bad. I use something that is called the double. That's the double rule. And basically, so if I talk to you today, I'll hit you up tomorrow and see how it went. And then after that, I'll multiply that. I'll hit you up 2 days later. And then I'll hit you up 4 days later. And then 8 days later, 16, 32, like that way. So therefore, I'm not hitting you up every day. And sometimes absence makes the heart grow fonder, you could say, in a sense.
Yeah, and I have to say we have two different styles for this because I don't follow up at all.
Yeah.
I think following up is super important. It's just never been my style. So I think that anybody who follows up, Tim's rule is golden. And a lot of people do need that little reminder.
Yeah.
When you're following up, don't pressure them.
Yeah.
Just ask them how it's going and if they had time to check out the stuff. Is that what you do?
Yeah, well, I'm not even gonna lie. I don't follow up. I'm just like Lacey. I just put that in there because I know a lot of you guys do follow up, and a lot of you guys.
That's a good way to go by it.
Yeah, a lot of you guys are following up wrong. But our follow up is our content. That's our follow up right there. They're constantly seeing our lunch with the Garzas. They're constantly seeing our posts, our lives, and stuff like that. That's the
That's why we don't have to follow up.
Yeah, we let our content do it for us, and it's just a lot less stressful. You're not trying to get them to close. You're not entering that conversation like, "Are you going to close today?" You know what I mean? It's just real chill. You let them come to you when they're ready. So that was talking with potentials. Now the last one is important. I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but the most common thing here is time. Everything takes time. Everything requires patience. Network marketing or not, whatever business you're growing, whatever company you're in, is going to take time, guys. We started in November, and we're almost 11 months in, and it took this long for us to reach the status that we're at right now. And a lot of people, and this is like our generation's fault in a way. It's that immediate gratification. Social media, immediate gratification. Amazon, if you want something, you get it in 3 days. I just ordered a bed. It popped up in 2 days. This messes up people because they don't know how to be patient about anything. They expect that once they join, they don't have to do anything, and they're rich 3 days later. It doesn't happen like that. So what do we do to cope with that? Self-awareness, self-development. We are constantly self-developing ourselves, which gives us new things to try, new techniques, new strategies, and that kind of fills in that void, that time from when you're trying to rank up and build your business.
Yeah, when he's talking about that, what he means is that to save ourselves from getting lost in frustration, because it does take time and we can get frustrated too, we immerse ourselves in a project. So right now you guys are looking at one of our projects. This is Lunch with the Garzas. This project has allowed us to continue on feeling inspired, adding value to people's lives, attracting more people to us, and it also helps us not get lost in frustration, or it helps us manage our patience level. So getting lost in a project, something where you can learn something where you're adding content to your social media, recommend this for everyone because it will help you tremendously get past the whole, man, I've been doing this for how long and I'm not seeing results, and you're freaking out.
I've been doing this for 6 hours. I'm not rich yet.
Yeah, that's how most people are about it. So get lost in a project and give yourself something that leaves you with inspiration every day.
Yeah, and that's literally how we cope with it. So for us, first we started listening to podcasts. Now we're creating our own podcast. We were listening to YouTube. Now we're creating our own YouTube. So we literally just took the things that we used to learn off of, and now we're starting to become the educational people that do those. So like podcasts, YouTube, networking with other mentors, just networking with people in general. It makes it, especially in network marketing, like you can find so many different walks of life that it just becomes fun. Like your circle, you got to think about it. Your circle is made up of ambitious people who want a better life for themselves. So imagine what those conversations are like. We did an event on Saturday, and then we went out and had sushi, and all we could talk about is how we want to take over the world and go try all these different restaurants all over the world. That's an amazing conversation to have compared to like, my light bill's due next Thursday, or I hate my boss, or I hate my job. You know what I mean? So it gives you that different perspective, and it helps you out. So make sure you network. Also start reading things that have to do with your craft. So like ours is tonality. You gotta learn how to talk to people. You gotta learn how to present, how to just be a public speaker. So some things that I look into tonality. I started reading articles on it. I started reading the psychology of marketing. That one's crazy. Once you start reading how the different social circles work and different tax brackets and how different classes work, like this world is insane once you start getting into that. So that's cool too.
Yeah.
You want to take people skills tests, figure out what your weaknesses are, and then learn about how to improve them. That's just good practice overall, like not even just network marketing. You just need to do that on your own. You also want to research leadership skills. What do leaders do? What are their habits? What are their routines? How do they treat the people around them? Why are they considered a leader? You also want to see how they build their businesses. So just constantly be in a state that in between time where you're ranking and building your business, you need to be self-developing, bettering yourself, because all that's going to do is going to give you more things to talk about. It's going to give you a better representation of yourself. You'll know yourself more, and people will see that and they'll want to join you.
Yeah, this is one of the main reasons that I love network marketing, because you come in and you follow the leader, and then all of a sudden one day you wake up and you are the leader. You've gotten rid of that ceiling. You know, if you're at a traditional job, you're never going to wake up as the CEO. You're going to stay an accountant your whole life, maybe get a couple promotions, but there's no upward mobility. And in network marketing, it is all upward mobility. So you come in and you follow the leader, then one day you are a leader, as long as you are working daily towards becoming that leader. So I love that. I love self-development. If you're in our team group, you've got to do the units. We provide so much value to you guys there. So that's my 2 cents on the self-development and self-awareness. It's absolutely everything.
Yeah. So that right there pretty much wraps up how the Garzas approach network marketing. Hope you guys found some value in that. Hopefully it helps you out in building your business. Just real quick, we'll recap. Number 1, picking a company. Number 2, the sign-up process. Number 3, branding. Number 4, follow the leader if your upline has a great system or create an environment for your team. Number 5, talking with potentials. And number 6, self-development and self-awareness.
Yeah, this was a good one.
Yeah, this one right here, guys, study it, take notes on it, create your own approach, whatever you need to do with it. This will help you out. It's no more about spamming. It's about building genuine relationships and being a good friend.
Yes, it is.
But yep, thank you guys for tuning in. You will be seeing us tomorrow again at noon. And thank you.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Later.